You know, when you look up how to size a solar system, almost every guide out there gets one critical thing dangerously wrong. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this hidden risk that average power calculations completely miss and show you how to build a system that's not just powerful, but truly safe. So on one hand, you've got the common advice everyone gives. Just size your solar system based on your average daily energy use. Seems to make sense, right? But then you got the dangerous reality over on the other side. Those sudden, instantaneous peak loads can literally wreck your entire system if you're not ready for them.
All right, let's kick things off by busting this average usage myth wide open. You've probably seen this advice everywhere, but it has a massive fundamental flaw.
I bet you've seen this formula floating around online, right? It says to figure out how many panels you need, you just take your daily energy usage and divide it by your average sun hours. It looks so simple, so clean, but it's dangerously incomplete. It completely ignores the one thing that can bring your whole system to its knees: peak load.
And this is where that simple math just falls apart. I mean, what if I told you that trusting this one formula could be silently frying your expensive batteries, or tripping your inverter every single time you just want to turn on a powerful appliance? So what's the real villain in this story? It's not your average use, it's all about what we call the peak load problem.
Okay, so what exactly is peak load? Well, it's the absolute maximum power your system has to deliver in a single instant. It's not the average, it's that huge spike of power needed to get a motor started. And get this, it can be a whopping 3 to 10 times higher than what your system is normally handling.
An air conditioner is the perfect example. See, its normal running power might be a pretty manageable 1500 watts. But for just a split second when it kicks on, bam, it demands a massive 4500 watt surge. Your system has to be ready for that spike, not just the gentle hum of its average use. So, okay, why is this one little spike such a big deal? Let's break down exactly what it's doing to your expensive gear.
First up, your inverter. It actually has two different power ratings, one for continuous power and another for surge. That surge rating is the absolute max it can deliver for just a few seconds. If that 4500 watt surge from your AC is higher than the inverter surge rating, well, the inverter just says nope and shuts down to protect itself. You get a click and the lights go out. That's it. Then there's your battery's C rate. Now this one's a little technical, but think of it like a speed limit for how fast you can safely pull power out of it. If you slam on the gas and exceed that limit, you risk doing permanent damage. And in the worst case scenario, you could trigger something called thermal runaway, which is this nasty self-heating cycle that can totally destroy the battery. And yeah, it's a serious fire risk. So you see, when you ignore these peak loads, you're setting off a dangerous chain reaction. You get constant inverter shutdowns, your batteries die way sooner than they should, and you get voltage drops that just kill your system's efficiency. And maybe the scariest part? It can overheat your wiring, and that's how fires start. Okay, enough with the doom and gloom, right? That's the problem. So how do we actually do this the right way? How do we size a system that can handle these peaks safely and reliably?
It all starts with something called an appliance audit. This is step one, and you absolutely cannot skip it. You need to list your high-powered appliances and find both their regular running watts and, crucially, their startup surge watts. This list right here is the blueprint for a safe and reliable system.
Okay, once you have that audit, it feeds right into a simple 5-step process. 1. List your high-power appliances. 2. Find their startup and running watts. 3. Make sure your inverter's surge rating can handle the single biggest load. 4. Verify your battery's C rate can actually supply that peak current without damaging itself. And step 5, and you have got to get this one right, size your wires and your fuses for the peak current, not the average. This is a huge safety issue.
All right, let's bring it all home with a final checklist. I want to make sure these key ideas really stick with you. Think of this as your new mantra for designing any solar system: safety first.
Okay, here are the big takeaways, your 4 non-negotiable rules. 1. Always size your system for both the continuous load and the surge load. 2. Never, ever exceed your battery's C rate. 3. Size your wiring and fuses for the peak demand to keep everything safe. And finally, number 4, look, when you're dealing with high-power stuff like this, don't guess. Talk to a qualified professional. It's just not worth the risk.
At the end of the day, it all boils down to this one simple thought. Don't let average usage fool you. You've got to size smart, and more importantly, you've got to size safe. Your investment, and more importantly, your home safety really depends on it.
And just one last, very important reminder. Working with electricity is incredibly dangerous. Everything we've talked about today is to help you understand the concepts so you can have a smarter conversation about your system. But please always consult with a qualified professional before you touch a single wire. Stay safe out there.